plaintiff, Miranda Murphy, dated the defendant, and they have an 8-year-old son together. Miranda claims the defendant was physically abusive, and he cheated on her with a 35-year-old stripper, whom he got pregnant. And she's with the defendant in court today. Miranda's suing her ex for an assault. Defendant Austin Brill insists he never assaulted Miranda. And on the day in question, she's the one who attacked him. Austin claims after Miranda attacked him, she caused her own injury, so it would look like Austin assaulted her. But the charges against him were eventually dismissed. He's countersuing for defamation and pain and suffering.
Start with you, ma'am.
Your Honor, he's my ex. He is a cheater. He's abusive.
When did you begin dating?
Well, I met him back in 2006, and shortly after that, I became pregnant. We got a son. He's 8 years old. I found out eventually that he was cheating on his previous baby mom with me, and he was cheating. He cheated on me with his 35-year-old stripper. He got her pregnant, and that was the end of our relationship.
When was that?
That was, I think, back in like 2013.
Okay, so you all were together 06 to 13.
Right.
All right, and throughout that time, you said it wasn't a good relationship?
Not really, Your Honor. I mean, it was
because of his cheating?
Yes, the cheating and eventually the abuse.
Yeah, what type of abuse?
Well, back in February of 2012, we were over by his mom's house. He was living with his mom. He was using my cell phone. He was having a conversation with the previous kid's mother. And I guess the conversation must have got pretty heated because he got off the phone. Like I said, it was my phone. He broke the phone and got to immediately attacking me.
That's a lie.
Jumping on me.
Just came over to you and started swinging on you?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
And he said that because he blamed me for the bad relationship between his previous baby mom. She didn't want to help him because he was with me. He was like, she don't want to do something for me because of you.
And then he commenced to attacking
And he got to attacking me.
Okay,
yes.
And the police came, obviously, hopefully?
Yes, I actually made a police report. I have the records right here.
Murphy stated that Brill then charged toward her and punched her in her face with a closed fist. Murphy stated that Brill was punching her on her face, head, stomach. Sir, what do you say to this? We'll get to the other things.
They're all lies and allegations, Your Honor. That day, in fact, I was laying down with a blown knee. I was on the phone with my former girlfriend trying to get my insurance together, and she said she wouldn't help because of her. And so when I turned to her and told her that we can do the same thing through the state of Wisconsin, is just have to register with our children, she denied and said that she wouldn't do it because of the last girl, you know. So when we spoke a few words, she began hitting me while I was laying down on the couch. My mother was there. I can't move around real well because my knee was messed up. She ran at my mother, charged my mother like she was going to attack her. I grabbed her and walked her out of my house, pushed her out the door, shut the door and locked it. And when she came back, I don't know what she did, but she was red, all over red. She scratched herself or did something to herself. That's how crazy she is. She has a history of this. Well, she makes up things, and I have.
Sir, I don't know about that last part.
I have the evidence here.
What you have. What is that you
This
have?
is how the state of Wisconsin felt about it and dismissed it when we went to court.
I know, but
that's
we're
because I
talking
didn't
about,
show
I know
up.
you may have gotten it dismissed, but I don't believe she's as crazy as you say to go and punch and scratch herself.
Your Honor, if I would, I thought
Show
that
me some other crazy evidence.
With the reason why we're here with her broken ankle, she came to the house after she had been upset. We had been broken up for more than a year when I began a relationship with Sarah. She had been coming to my house and aggressively stating about I left her for this white girl, and she's armed with pepper spray every time she comes to my house and begins an argument. So one day I ran in the house, she tried to pepper spray me, ended up pepper spraying my door orange, nice white door, you know. And Miranda chose to come over about a week after my grandma passed, and another incident. She came over and she followed my mother around you know, talking about how I left her for this white girl that isn't measuring up to what her standards would be for me. And that's basically what I can say that she was saying.
I mean, you talk about her. I have a recording of
So
you talking
What
about
happened
her.
then?
So then after that, she followed my mother around. My mother was in mourning, and she asked her, please, I don't want to deal with this right now. And she kept on following my mother around. So when I went outside to ask her to leave, she pulled the pepper spray on me again. This time I was next to the water hose though. So I grabbed the water hose up. So she pepper sprayed a stream, I got a water hose stream. So the water hose is beating the pepper spray now. Now I'm getting her into the car. Now she get in the car and we're talking, but I'm still armed with the water hose. I'm ready.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
She's sitting in the car, Your Honor, and she lifted up to light a cigarette, Your Honor. I thought it was the pepper spray and I doused her.
Did you want to respond to that?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm having contact with him because I work a third shift job. Every time I go over there to try to get my son, it's a problem.
Okay.
He likes to play games. So basically, you know, there was a small incident. I can't really recall, but he goes out the back door. You know, I'm fitted to death. I'm dressed, you know, doing my thing, not even paying attention to this guy. He see that I got on a fresh pair of J's. I got on a brand new outfit.
And you're there to do what?
To pick up my son, to enjoy our time together. And so he wanted to go out the back door and he wanted to grab a water hose. And my son warned me. He was like, he finna get a water hose, you know, because he wanted to try to wet me up.
Why?
Because he's a hater. You know, and he's
definitely
lying.
not a hater,
He's
Your Honor.
lying.
Because of what you have on, he wants to
Yes,
wet you
and
up?
he's lying.
And you all weren't in a relationship anymore?
No, we're not in a relationship because, again, he's with a stripper.
You all had broken
And he
up
talks
for
about
years, and he disliked the way you dressed so much he wanted to squirt you down with the water
He wanted to
hose?
wet me with the water hose. He wanted to ruin my
Okay,
day.
ma'am, go ahead.
Okay, so basically what led up to this incident right here, and actually I wanted to
Which
prove-
incident of what?
This happened on the 12th of August when my ankle got broken. Like I said, I work third shift, so I get off of work at 6 in the morning. So he's calling me at 6 in the morning, you know, basically trying to hook up with me, trying to get up with me, come over by my house for a booty call type situation. And I was shutting that down. I have text messages that prove that. So I was shutting that whole incident down, and I had told him, quit contacting me. Contact me if something is wrong with my
You have
son.
that?
Yes, I do
Let's see
have.
it.
I do have that information.
Okay.
I was like, call
The
me.
text message.
You know.
Let me see that.
Or
Where
whatever.
he was hitting on you and you said, stop calling me unless there's an emergency.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is right here.
Okay.
Your Honor,
So,
I honestly was calling her because I
so
was
this
so
is
proud
right
of
here.
We're
her.
going
I
to see.
told him.
She said you was calling her to get with her. We're going to see
So-
what you were calling for. Plaintiff.
Well, the one that he had marked is when I was like, quit calling
No,
me.
let me see the one where he
811.
was hitting on you, ma'am.
Well, he been calling me, sir.
No, you said you were handing me some text. People don't think I'm going to read this stuff. You said you were handing me some text where he was hitting on you. Do you have that today?
I'm saying he was calling
Do you
me.
have that today?
No, I don't have
Thank
a
you
text
very
message.
much. Now, can we move to the incident?
So I get over there to go get my son. I'm like, hey, where's Jabril at? You know, and
Who are you talking to?
to him, because he was
Okay.
sitting there playing a
What'd he
video
say?
game. He was like, I don't know, you know. And I'm like, well, you knew I was on my way
All right,
to
and
come
then
get
what
him.
happened?
So then his mother comes in my face or whatever, come disrespectful, and she hit me. And so
This
I'm
out
like,
of the blue?
yeah, she just hit me, try to attack me, want to fight me. And I'm like, hold on,
Okay.
Kathy. She
People keep hitting
accusing
you out of
me.
the blue for some
No,
reason. Go ahead.
she accusing me of saying like, hey, you don't come and get your son enough and all this
She
other
attacked
stuff.
you. Go ahead.
So I goes outside, you
No.
know.
If she's attacking you, how did it
She
end?
hit me, and he gets up and grab his mother.
Okay.
So I
And
goes
then you
outside.
go outside.
Yeah, and I'm like, hold on. So I see her. I go out the front door, and she goes out the back door.
Mm-hmm.
So me and her talking, and he just comes outside, and he pushes us. He pushes
Both
me.
of you?
Yes, he pushed both of us. We go flying.
He pushes his own mother.
Yes, and I'm flying because
You
I'm
know any
holding her.
reason that he pushes his own mother?
Because he's the abusive type man.
To
sir.
his own mother.
He
All
yell
right.
at her.
Is your mom here today?
Yes.
Is-
All right, ma'am. Would you stand up? Would you state your name?
Kathy Cruz?
Is your son abusive to you?
No,
Did your son push you?
no, he didn't.
All right, very good. You testified that her own son was abusive toward her, which is a very inflammatory
Yes.
allegation. She stood up
terrible.
and said he wasn't. Go ahead, sir. What's your counterclaim
My
for?
counterclaim is for defamation of character and for pain and suffering.
How so?
In Milwaukee, I've done a total of 18 days in jail, 3 separate times, 6 days in Milwaukee County Jail until it gets sorted out by the district attorney.
For these incidents?
For these incidents. The reason why...
How was it, so what was the disposition? How did it end?
The end is...
Were they dismissed?
They were dismissed, and this is a letter from the district attorney of Milwaukee.
Let's see it, please.
And they declined to prosecute.
After reviewing the evidence, declined to issue charges in this case.
And
all right, after reviewing the evidence, they declined to charge you.
And then
all right, what else?
The reason why I have my son is not because of her third shift job. Her third shift job didn't exist.
Why do you have him?
We have him because on her birthday, I was closing on a house. I got rid of all my kids and everybody was leaving my house. She shows up because she wants to go party. She said, you have to take Jabril, I'm going out for my birthday. I said, no, I'm closing on the house, we need this house. Your Honor. So when she came over, we got in a big argument, Your Honor. She ended up leaving my son, who was 6 years old, on a street corner by himself. He was found by the neighbors. The police were called. She was charged with neglect. I have that here, Your Honor,
evidence of that?
Okay, but that's not why.
Ma'am, is this true?
No, that's not
Were you
true.
ever charged with neglect?
I was charged with neglect, sir, but that's not
So
why
it was
he
true.
that's not why he have my son.
Guilty due to no contest plea.
Okay, Your Honor.
And he presented me with evidence that the child was awarded to him. All right, ma'am.
The reason why he had my son?
Enough. The case was dismissed against him after he spent time in jail. The stories you are giving me are unbelievable, and therefore I'm going to dismiss your claim, and I'm going to grant you your counterclaim for $3,000 for what I believe you deserve. Have a good day.
God is great. God is great. Vindication. We're going to take that money and we're going to buy a house for my son, and you can rent from my baby. I still love her as a friend with all of my heart. Nothing's going to change that. And I'm going to do everything to help her in her life, and anything that we can do. You know, we represent God and His Christ, so we're going to get it better. That means she still loves me, and we're going to work it out.